Is it possible for you to become a content creator? What's the bare minimum gear that you need to become a successful content creator? Well, in this video, I'm going to answer some of these questions for you. And it's not just me. I'm actually going to be interviewing 6 of my most successful content creator friends. I'm just going to ask them 2 simple questions. Number 1, what's their favorite gear? This is going to show us what gear that they've invested into recently that might be worth investing into. And then 2, I'm going to ask them what's the gear that they would recommend for a beginner content creator. And they all start to point to the same direction. And let me tell you, it's your smartphone. Just start with your smartphone. And by the way, stick around to the last creator because he is the largest creator that I personally know. He's got a massive YouTube following. I think he's over 1 million followers now. So anyways, there's a lot to unfold here. Let's get into the calls. Yo, future editor Cody here. In the video, I realized I forgot to mention that I'm gonna have affiliate links to almost all of the gear that we talk about here. So if you wanna get some of that gear, go ahead and click the description down below, and that's a good way for you to support my channel. All right, back to the video. So now I'm gonna call my friend Matt. Matt is a fitness coach instructor. He helps people lose weight. He's really blown up his page in about the last year. He's been doing a lot of content. He's just gone from kind of a normal Instagram social media user, and he's just been pumping out content left and right, and he's really blown up his channel. So let's call him and see what he thinks about gear and what he's using and what he recommends.
Hi, mate.
Hey, Matt, how's it going?
How you doing? Yeah, not bad, mate. Cheers, you.
Yeah, doing good. Hey, what's the number 1 piece of gear that you've been using? Because like in the last year or so, you've really blown up your page.
All right, I'd say probably my iPhone, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
That would be the number 1.
If you had a recommendation for a beginner content creator, like somebody who's just wanting to start out, what gear would you recommend and why would you recommend it?
Well, I'd just make sure your smartphone's got everything you need, a good camera and stuff like that, because I personally do all my editing, all my note-taking and everything like that on the phone. So just getting a phone with a good camera, in my opinion, would be all you really need to get yourself started off.
I 100% have to agree. We've been doing a lot of content just on the iPhone. It's great because you can film, edit, and post all in one place.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Right on. Well, I'm going to get to the next call. Thanks, man.
Okay, buddy. No worries.
All right.
Take it easy.
Cheers. Well, there you go. Another content creator using his smartphone, building up. He's got tons of followers. You guys should check him out right here, wherever. I'll leave his handle. And you can see what he does and how he does it. And his content looks great. He's using a little wireless microphone that goes right into his iPhone. He's editing on the iPhone. He's posting through the iPhone. So you don't need all the fancy gear. Okay, so now I'm going to call my friend Pablo. Pablo and his wife, Queenie, they are a content creating couple. They work with finance, so their page is Invest with Queenie. They have a very polished kind of podcast show where he sets up the lights and cameras and all that stuff, and she just gets to get in there and create her content. So they do a very professional job with their content, but let's call them now and see what his favorite piece of gear is and what his recommendations are for you guys. So let me give him a call here. And I'm curious, what's your favorite piece of gear? Because I know you and Queenie, you guys have the whole studio, you guys do a podcast, you have like very professional setup. So I want to know what is your personal favorite piece of gear that you're using?
Yeah, for sure. We just got a new camera last week.
Oh, awesome.
And I think that's the favorite piece of gear right now.
What camera is it?
It's a Sony ZV-E1.
Oh, it's a great camera.
Basically, yeah, we can use it like in the studio for YouTube, podcasts, and all these things.
Yeah.
But we can also use it for like going vlogging or doing like short TikTok shots outside.
Yeah.
And never worry about doing like getting bad image. It's always like the best quality.
What's the one piece of gear that you would recommend for a beginner content creator, and why would you pick that one piece of gear?
Yeah, for sure. It's basically buying a lav mic. We use like the
lav
Rode
mic.
Smartlav.
Yeah.
Yeah, because people think about image quality, but I think having a good mic is the most important to do good content.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. I think that's a great piece of gear for a beginner to invest into. Do you have the specific lav mic that you would recommend, one that you've tried and tested and you know that works well?
Yeah, for sure. Like the one we actually started 3 years and a half ago, that was the Rode Smartlav.
The Rode Smartlav.
Yeah, and that basically like plug in directly into your smartphone, like iPhone.
Yeah.
So that way you can have good quality into your iPhone.
Well, hey man, thanks so much. Talk to you soon.
Thanks.
All right, bye. He nailed it with a microphone that can just plug straight into your smartphone, because that's going to be a much cheaper investment compared to, say, a Bluetooth wireless microphone like the DJI, or, there's a whole list of those microphones that you could get into. Being able to hear what you're saying is very important for your viewer, for your audience. So if you're investing into a decent microphone that can go into your iPhone, I mean, really then all you have left to do is deal with a good idea. So invest with Queenie, and the other one is Biz, I believe. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but he just started his own channel. So I'll leave those links in the description, and yeah, let's get on to the next call. Okay, so now I'm gonna call my good friends Juni and Unzi. They are Korean content creators. They travel around and they make a bunch of travel content. So I'm curious to see what's their favorite gear, because when you're traveling, you kind of need to keep things light. So let's call them and see what they think and what they would recommend for you guys.
Hello.
Hi, Juni. How are you?
It's good. How are you?
I'm good. Hey, is Unzi with you?
Yes.
Oh, perfect.
Hi,
Perfect.
Cody.
What's your favorite piece of gear? Because you guys travel, you guys do travel content. So we want to know, what's your favorite piece of gear that you're using right now?
iPhone 14 Pro.
iPhone 14 Pro. Hey, me too. I'm holding the 14 Pro right now. Such a good camera, such a good phone. How about Juni?
A7C Mark II.
Mark II. Oh, the new one.
Yeah, new one.
Oh, such a cool camera.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. And I have one more question for you. What piece of gear would you recommend for beginner content creators if they're just starting out? What would you recommend?
I think I might say iPhone.
iPhone?
Because everyone has it smartphone.
Yeah, everybody already has a smartphone, so just stay with the smartphone because it's easier.
Yes.
Yeah, it's great. And Unzi or Juni, how about you?
Insta360, Go
Yeah,
3.
Go 3. Actually,
It's good.
I've been testing and using that camera recently. It's such a cool camera.
Yeah, it's such cool. It's so comfortable.
So small
Yeah, so small.
and amazing. I like that camera so much. So, hey, thank you so much. I'm gonna get on to another call with another content creator. But thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys soon because we're coming to Korea. 사랑해요.
Yeah, 사랑해요, Cody.
Okay, Juni, Unzi, bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so I will leave a link in the description for Juni and Unji. You can see their content. They make amazing, very creative reels and Instagram, everything. So yeah, definitely one of my big inspiration teams right there. So from the travel content creators, what did they say? Juni likes his A7C Mark II, which is a small full frame camera. So that makes sense because he's a travel content creator. So he wants a smaller, but still full frame camera. And then Unji was saying that he really likes the iPhone, which I can't agree with more. I think smartphones are so underrated for content creators and especially for beginner content creators. But if you look at their content, like they did not just start, they've been doing this for a long time, just reassuring that you can use a smartphone to make epic content. And then the recommendation from Juni for the Insta360 Go 3, you might see right over here that I have been playing with recently. Such a cool camera. You can put it so many different places. It's so small and you get a pretty quality image out of such a small camera. So, all right, let's get on to the next call. Okay, so next up, I'm gonna call my friend Serena. Serena is a travel content creator. So what she does is she takes these amazing photos and they look like fairy tales. They're so beautiful. So let's just call her up and see what her favorite gear is and what recommendations she has for you. Even her photo on the Line app is amazing. Hi, Serena, are you there?
Hi, Cody.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
What's your favorite piece of gear that you've been using for your content recently?
My favorite gear is Sony 7200 GM2.
Oh, the telephoto lens.
Yeah,
That's the 2.8 aperture or the f4?
2.8.
2.8. Get that blurry background, right?
Yes, yes.
What piece of gear would you recommend for beginner content creators?
Okay, I think I will recommend cell phone.
A smartphone.
A smartphone with
Yeah.
telescope lens.
A smartphone with a
Because
telephoto lens.
Yeah,
So-
telephoto.
Yeah, I think telephoto is great. And I think a lot of people don't understand why telephoto lenses are so good because we get that deep compression. So would you recommend the iPhone 15 Pro, the new one, or the Samsung S23? I think that's their best one right now.
Yeah.
Which one would you
And
recommend?
I'm using Pixel 8
Oh, the
Pro.
Pixel. I haven't used the Pixel.
I think the photo quality is good.
Okay, maybe I could try that out.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Serena. I'm going to get on to another phone call.
Okay.
好，
Bye.
谢谢你，拜拜。
Bye bye.
All right. So what did we learn from Serena? Her content, you can see her photos have, they're very recognizable. She has her own style. It's very beautiful, princess-like photos. And the way that she's getting a lot of that done is one, through editing with Lightroom, but also she's using in camera, she's using a telephoto lens. So that's why she recommended having a smartphone that can do telephoto. So for example, the new iPhone has that 5x lens, or like a deep zoom lens, and you're still getting a good quality image. Or like she recommended the Pixel or the Samsung S23, they all can zoom in very far and can get like a really nice compressed shot. Now, I'm not going to explain exactly what compression is, but you get compression by using a telephoto lens, and that's why she's recommending a cell phone or a smartphone with a telephoto lens. Link in the description for Serena's content. Let's get on to the next creator. So now I'm going to call my friend Pierre. Pierre has a massive YouTube channel. He does family content. He does vlogging and travel. He does Pokemon content. He's kind of got his hands in a couple different pots here. So anyways, I'm curious to see what his favorite gear is and also what his recommendations are for you beginner content creators. So let me get him on the phone and see what he thinks.
Yo.
Hey, Pierre, how's it going?
What's up? How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Good.
Right
Tired,
on.
but good.
We want to know what your favorite piece of gear is right now.
So I think besides the camera itself, I think the selfie stick that I've been using for the past couple of years. So the one that I had been using is called Leofoto MT03.
Yeah. Is that the one that you showed me on the way to the one that you had in Malaysia?
Yes. Yeah. So the reason why I liked it, so for probably from 2016 all the way up to 2020, I've been using the Gorilla Pod because Casey Neistat. But that thing, like if you use it a lot, it gets like it loses its.
It gets worn out, right?
Sturdiness. Yeah, pretty much back then when I was like using it heavily, I probably have to switch it out every 6 months.
Oh, wow.
And those things aren't the cheapest. Yeah.
No, they're not.
And so, like afterwards, I was like, all right, let me find something that can last longer. And
Yeah.
so I found this one, the Leofoto MT03. And the reason why I like it is because it's small, but at the same time, it's super sturdy.
Mm-hmm.
So like if it kind of gets loose, I could tighten it up as well. And
Yeah.
so yeah, I've had this for past few years. It's still like it's still really awesome. However, recently I've been using the PGY Tech Mantis Pod.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, just like to try it out and stuff, I have to say it's also pretty good. Like
Yeah.
I really like it as well. But in terms of just like versatility and like how small it can get, how low it can get, and how sturdy it can be, I really feel that the Leofoto MT03 is really, really, really solid.
That's the one for you. So if you had one piece of advice for like a beginner content creator, as far as gear goes, what would that piece of gear be?
I think it should be whatever you have. So for most people, that would be your smartphone.
Right.
Right. I think it should be the least resistance in order to just start. You just have to start. That's
Yeah.
the main thing. Like so many people make excuses where it's like, oh, once I get that gear, I can make this.
Yeah.
You know, once I get this, I can then do this. No. You should really just start now. Just make it with whatever you have.
Right.
The more you make, the better you'll get, the more you'll learn, right?
Right.
And the more you'll know, like, oh, okay, actually, maybe that one gear that I thought that I wanted, you know what? That really doesn't fit my needs. So,
Right.
yeah,
Right.
just start now, whatever you have. For most people, it's your phone.
Let's just assume that they have a smartphone.
Mm-hmm.
They have an iPhone or a Samsung or a Pixel, whatever. Let's say
Right.
if you had to pick one piece of gear for them to upgrade to, what would it be? Like a microphone or a light or just one upgrade, and why?
Actually, I think a microphone would be good.
I have to agree.
Because like, I mean, like light, yes, but to be honest, like as long as you get like a window facing you, that's pretty much good. Or like the window 45 degrees off to the side.
Right. That's like my
fine.
number one tip. for the
Yeah,
lighting is
but-
find the
but-
windows. The windows is like free, amazing light.
It's free.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
But I think in terms of like really upping your quality, I would say your audio. So if you can get like just a wireless mic system, or even just a separate recorder that can just record directly.
Oh, right.
Or honestly, if you have like an extra phone, for example, you could just use that extra phone.
I see a lot
to
of people
record
doing
yourself.
that on social media now. They'll just use like an extra iPhone,
Exactly.
like an older iPhone or whatever.
Exactly. And so like if you look at like one of the biggest creators right now, Ryan Trahan, right?
Yeah.
He just uses his phone to record, but he has separate audio that he captures, as well as like Eric, right? If you watch his vlogs and stuff,
Yeah.
he's always holding that lav mic to record himself, because like the quality of the picture, like the phone is so good now, especially in daylight, that like whatever you film, it's gonna look very much okay. But if you also sound really, really good, that's really gonna up your video quality.
I think it's the best bang for buck investment. And you can, I mean,
Absolutely.
you could go for one of the Bluetooth mics, or you could even just go for like one of those plug-in lav mics, for example, if you're doing,
Exactly.
like if you were just doing talking head, maybe you weren't doing interviews on the street or something, but if you just did talking head,
Yeah.
you could just like throw a smartphone up on a tripod with a lav mic, and your audio is
Directly
like
on,
so
exactly.
much better than like iPhone.
Exactly.
You can get some okay audio, like for example, in the interview scenarios like you're talking about with those big creators, they have the iPhone right up next to their mouth, and that's why it sounds good, because
Right.
it's so close.
Right. Exactly.
So yeah, anyways, man, thanks for getting on the call with me and giving us some advice.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, man,
Yeah.
let's
sorry that
catch
was
up
so
soon.
long. For sure.
All right, talk to you later, man.
All right, man.
Thanks.
Thanks. You too.
Bye. Boom. That guy has got so much knowledge to drop on all of us. So I'll leave Pierre's links in the description of this video. His advice was to just use what you have and start now. I think that's really the best advice that even I would give somebody right now, is just go. You'll see once you start, it's the best learning scenario. Now, all of these content creators are making money as content creators. They're coaching, they're brand deals, there's partnerships, there's all types of incomes coming from them. Now, I want to break down some of those things in future videos, so make sure that you are subscribed, because I am going to be doing video calls like this pretty often now with my content creator friends. My goal here is to help creators like you eventually make money down the road. You can make money. I'm living proof, they're living proof. You can do this. All you really need is a smartphone and maybe a microphone that you could plug into that smartphone. I hope you got some value out of this video. Go ahead, like this video, give me your comments down below. Let me know what gear you were looking at, what gear you already have. Are you an iPhone user, an Android user? And also, more importantly, what idea do you have that you want to push and create a channel with? All right, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.